I'm so tired. Okay. Hi everybody. Welcome to Sew Plun. I am Toony. Thank you for being here. In this video, I'm going to give you a tour of my sewing room. This room used to be our guest room. We don't usually have guests. Well, in fact, we hardly ever have guests. And also, my sewing machine collection started growing and growing and growing and got to the point where I was running out of space in my little sewing corner in my workroom. So last year, we decided to turn our guest room into my sewing room. This is absolutely one of my favorite rooms in the house, and I am excited to give you a little tour so that, if you're thinking about reorganizing your space, getting your own little sewing room, you might be able to take one or a few things from my video. If you have any tips or any comments, put them down below so we can all share how we organize our sewing space. Let the tour begin. Ta-da! Now that we're on the other side of the door, let me introduce you to my filming area. This is where you usually see me talking. I have my door over here. This is where my quilting rulers, my sewing rulers hang out, and it's a very convenient spot because I have my cutting table on this side, so if I need to grab a ruler, I can just turn around, grab a ruler, and then use it right away, and it's easy to just put it back also. This is my display area for my wall quilt. I am a very new quilter. I don't even know if I can call myself a quilter. As you can see, this is a very basic piece. However, I'm really proud of it, and I just wanted to share my quilts with my audience. So my husband put up a little curtain rod, and then there are little clips, and I just hang my quilt here so that I, as well as my audience, can see and be inspired or whatever. This is very important. This amazing artwork was produced by one of my students. I have the privilege to educate some middle schoolers and some high schoolers occasionally. I am in grad school right now. I'm training to be an elementary school teacher. It's keeping me busy. That's why I only make one video per month, because this is pretty much all I can do with my time. Now I'm gonna give you a tour of the rest of my sewing room. Alright, so we started here behind my door, and as you can see, this is my quilt right now. This quilt was inspired by Melanie Ham, who was an amazing teacher. She unfortunately passed away a few months ago. But if you want to learn how to quilt something like this, please check out her videos. I will leave a link below because I learned so much from her. I would love for her to be remembered forever. Now we're gonna go a little bit to the left. This is my cutting table, and it's actually 2 workbenches from the Home Depot. I love them so much. As you can see, the top is wood and the bottom is metal, so they're really, really sturdy. I used to have a folding table as my cutting table, and I would have to hold the table while I was cutting, so that was very inconvenient. I'm really happy that I got these workbenches. They're also the perfect height for me so that I wouldn't have to hunch down. By the way, the height is adjustable. I am relatively short, so I set the table height to the lowest, and even at the lowest height, sometimes when I cut, I kind of have to stand on a step stool to have enough pressure to cut my fabrics. I love these workbenches because they are tall enough so that I could put stuff underneath them. As you can see, I have my trash can here, and there's a little crib for my little puppy who is not here right now, but that's where she hangs out while I'm sewing. And on the back, I have my sewing cart. Behind the cutting table, you can see my shelf. I also got this shelf from the Home Depot. I love the Home Depot. It's a heavy duty shelf, which is an overkill for what I use it for, but it's good for storage. So I put a bunch of random stuff on there. I have my interfacings, as you can see. I put my fabrics in tubs, and I organized them by color. I have my ironing station, and I just also put other random things like my pre-cuts and just my travel machine. Yeah, just for storage. So that's my storage area. Okay, moving a little bit to the left over here, I have my ironing board. So this is my only window. I made these curtains and I'm really proud of them. And now the highlights of the room, sewing machines. As you can see, I have 4 over here. I have my serger and cover stitch machine on the left there. And what you can see on the front here is my HD9, which I love. And behind the HD9 is my newest addition. That's the Janome MC6700P. It's a computerized machine and it's considered a heavy duty machine. I will talk about it in another video. I just got it a few weeks ago. I love it so far, but I do have things to talk about regarding that machine. And the one on the bag over there, that's my Juki DX7, which got demoted because I got the Janome 6700P. Sorry, Juki. All right, and a little bit about this table. I really wanted to brag about this table. So I got this table at a thrift store. It was really hard to find a stable table to sew on. Like I said, I used to use my folding table for sewing. It would just vibrate like crazy whenever I try to sew a little fast. And especially when I got my serger, you know, a serger can go pretty fast. I couldn't deal with it, so I went on a search for a decent table. And I found this baby, or grandma, or great grandma, at my local thrift store for $100. It's probably older than all my grandparents. I love that it can fit 4 sewing machines and it doesn't vibrate and it's solid, and yeah, it's so cool. All right, now we're gonna move on to this side. This is where my embroidery machine is. I got this one used from a distant neighbor. It's a brother. I think the model is NQ1400E or something. It's being discontinued. And I have another cart for my embroidery supplies over here. And also, one of the most important sewing tools ever, a vacuum cleaner. What would I do without my vacuum cleaner to vacuum all my threads and my scraps and occasionally some of my pins on the floor? And then on this side, there's my closet. Hello, this is my closet. So I store my yardage in my closet on my hangers. Over here, I don't know if you can see, I have my batting. And my by Annie film, I bought it by the bolt. Super expensive, but it will last me a lifetime. So all my big batting and stabilizer are going here. Down here, what do we have? We have a bag of ugly scraps, so we're not going to talk about that. And just storage space that I need to take care of. And up here, we just have more storage space and nothing interesting from here. So that concludes Toony's sewing room tour. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me in my sewing room today. Thank you so much for watching and see you later.